AI. So, what is AI? Okay. So, my purpose is to understand the future of AI, है ना? And to understand that deeply, I have few like questions. Whom like I need an answer of these questions to understand what will be the future of AI. So the thing is, those questions are first question is um, what is AI? Like, how does AI function exactly? Second question is, who are the people controlling it? What does AI depend on in a way? So, from what I understand is, from what my naive understanding of AI is, there are few companies like Meta, Google, OpenAI, Microsoft, who have trained their, who have created their own tool in a way, and we are calling them LLMs, and each company is training their own tool, creating their own tool, because from the data that they have, a lot of data they have, right? And these are 4 or 5 companies which are doing it. Perplexity and all of these companies. I might be wrong. First of all, let me just clarify that. And then there are second level of tool makers, or who create AI tools, which are a derivative of those large companies, right? They're using their API to create their own tool, train it, and create specific, release specific output through that tool, right? Now, I want to see, the thing is, from what I imagine, the future of AI is, if I don't know, first of all, I don't know how tough is it to build your own LLM, like the players, like the bigger players that have made their own LLMs. How tough is that, or how easy is that? I don't know, right? So now let me give you two cases. If it is easy to build and other companies, other conglomerates can build it, then there is the AI is gonna, the supply is a lot, and eventually I feel that there will be no charges to use the AI. There will be no, AI will be free to use for everybody, and good quality AI, not just normal AI but good quality AI. Yeah. So yeah, if that's the case, then the AI will be free to use, and people will not be paying much price to, all these companies to use AI. Second case scenario is that only these bigger companies can build such LLM tools, and no other company can do that, and that's why. And they all decide together that, we are not gonna make it free for everybody. Mm. So that they can control the supply of the tool. So, and eventually they can control the price of the tool, right? So it won't become absolutely free to use for everybody. That's what my imagination is. um Now that's one case, right? Now what is AI? Okay. So I'm trying to see, what I'm trying to do is just find out what all things situation depends on, the future scenario depends upon. So one thing that the future depends on is the control of AI. Who is controlling it, and what are like what's the supply of AI? So that's one thing that it depends on. The future scenario depends on. Let me write that. Second thing that it depends on is the data available for people to train the AI models, right? And it's pretty easy to understand. I imagine AI or as a machine, which is something that a human can delegate their task to, and they can generate a predictable or desired output. Yeah, and for that machine to function, you will need a lot of data. You need data to train them, or you need to make algorithm, either algorithm or data, right? If both of them are there, then you can train the model, train the machine to give you desired output. Now what the thing is, what it depends on is, second thing that it depends on is the data. So for example, if you know for some task to generate a desired output, we have less data. What kind of output we need, because see, AI works on categorization from what I understand. Okay, my understanding, it needs categorization. So I work in localization industry, so I'll give you a voiceover example. So I was giving my industry's example. So to create like to tell what kind of emotion we need in the voiceover, we need to tell them the type of emotions, like the categorize them, categorize some data into one specific emotion. Okay, this is happy emotion, so feed it, and then generate similar output. This is sad emotion, this is angry emotion, similar kind of stuff. So categorization is one thing. Okay, now if you don't have enough data for a category of, or if you're not able to categorize something uh, properly, or if there are multiple variations in something, then training the model to give a predictable or desired output is gonna be a little difficult. And so second thing that now AI depends on is data. And yeah, data basically. If you don't have enough data for something, you cannot train AI model onto it. Right. So first thing, what's the control of data? What's the supply of, sorry, data nahi. What's the supply of AI? Who are the people controlling it? What's the supply of AI basically? Second thing is data. And I'm giving you a general framework how you can think about it in your industry. So what you gotta think about is, do your industry, whatever your job you're doing, do you or do the world or the conglomerates have enough data to train the AI model to generate what you are doing, what output you are producing or not? So you can think about it like that, right? Now let's discuss further more. Okay, so um, it depends on on the supply. It depends on the data. Now, uh, what I was getting into is, how do you decide that what should you do? So basically, let's just go back to the definition of AI according to me. Right, it's a machine which gives us a predictable output. So now, in this definition of AI, in this understanding of AI, where does a human fit in? The human fits in at two parts, according to me. The first part is, you know, telling the machine, or like starting the machine, or like the the user of that machine, the input giver of that machine. I don't know what I'm using. Basically, the one who is giving the input to the machine, starting the machine. In a way, imagine it as a washing machine. Okay, you are starting the machine, and you are putting in clothes. Then so there are some automatic machines, so you just need to do that and supply it the the washing powder, and it starts working. So who is giving that? And the second person who, like, the second area where the human has to intervene would be to check whether they are giving desired output or not. There needs to be a person who will check it, right? Now it can be the person who is trying to use it basically. Let's not get into it, leave it. Yeah, so the person who will check the output of data, right? Now the thing is, the person who is supplying it, the person who is giving input, the person who is using it. It will, so what all jobs will stay in the future, what all jobs will stay relevant in the future will depend on the complicated, will depend on how complicated the machine is, or how easy to use the machine is. Right now software engineering job exists because the machine that they are using in a way is not easy to understand. People need to study a lot before before uh, um, before being able to use that machine, and that's why this job exists. Otherwise, if it was easy, it won't exist. So in future also it will depend on the complication, on how complicated the machine is, on how complicated the AI is, the tool is to use. And if you are in an area where you are solving that, like where you know how to use that machine, providing a solution on how you can use the machine, then you will exist, then you can sustain yourself. So the third point is how easy or difficult, how complicated the machine is. Hmm. So I hope third point is clear. And talking about the final output, the quality of the output will be judged by a person only, will be judged by a human only, and it will depend on um, the 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 accurate the machine is, and that is something which can either stay or cannot, which can either sustain or which cannot. So that's kind of not clear in my head, so I'm not thinking about that much. Okay, so yeah, I mean, um, that's what I was thinking about, and I think I have created some basic framework of what how you can predict the future of AI in your specific industry or in your specific field. And now I'm really tired, so I'm gonna go, and yeah, bye. There is a fourth thing that you would like to think about when you're thinking about your future related to AI. Think about all the three pointers that I gave you, plus think about how quickly these things will get implemented, or how quickly, like, because see what I'm trying to say is the solutions have already arrived in the market. It's just they're not efficient enough. So you need to understand what are the challenges that the tool are facing. Are those challenges can be solved using these three pointers? Think about, can those solutions or can those challenges be solved, and how much time will it take to solve them? And there is a fifth point as well, which is, if in case the AI is being controlled by big conglomerates and the supply is limited, so you have to think whether those conglomerates or those companies would be interested enough to capitalize on your field or not, or would somebody be interested in capitalizing your field or not. So let me give you an example. Okay, So if I talk about translation or voiceover services, what I feel from my naive understanding is that big big companies don't care about regional languages that much. They don't care about regional languages. They care about Hindi, English, or all those languages which are very famous, which are very much widely used, because they benefit through that. They don't care about the small regional languages which won't create much of money for them, which won't be generating enough money for them. So that's what maybe you can think about. So maybe if I'm in localization industry, I would capitalize, like I would first think about the control of AI. If it's limited, then I'll think about whether they can get into the regional market or not. If they cannot, so I'll capitalize on that. I'll start building the foundation for the future according to that. If I'm planning to get into regional languages, then I'll start working on it from now on. You know what I'm trying to say? I hope this is clear, because they'll not get into it. I'm sure about that. They don't care about it because it's a very small market. It's not that scalable. But for us, it is, because we're not thinking to make a billion trillion dollar company. We are thinking about generating enough money. Yeah, generating enough money, which is like which just fulfills our desires, enough desires. So yeah, that's the fifth point. Yeah, thank you.